Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the show. We're here today, first Cabral HouseCall of the weekend. You know that on these weekend shows, we answer our community's questions each and every Saturday and Sunday. We answer about 6 questions per show, and all of the questions that come in are absolutely real questions that come in through StephenCabral.com/askCabral. And they are all community-based questions for people all around the world who are having difficulty and questions right now on their own health-based struggles. And I'm here to do my very best to be able to get you the answers that you deserve. So, of course, I always have to state that none of this should be construed as medical advice or a treatment or cure-based protocol. However, what we are doing here are getting to the underlying root cause imbalances where we know all health begins. So hopefully that gives a good little intro as to what we're all about here on the weekend shows. I have just pulled up the Ask Cabral document. My team really does an amazing job behind the scenes as to making all of this happen. And that is where we'll be today. We will be answering your questions. So without further ado, let's see what the first question is. The first one coming in from Shelly. Shelly's asking, hello, Dr. Cabral. Thank you for all you are doing in your journey of health and wellness. I have a long history of asthma and allergies as a child, fibromyalgia, and central sensitization as an adult. This past year, having food reactions that cause tingling in arms, legs, metallic taste in mouth, weight gain, stomach pain, brain fog, and fatigue. It's been a long road, but long story short, in my labs show low glutathione and oxalates are high. I'm not sure if low glutathione is because of oxalate toxicity, and I'm having crazy food and environmental reactions because glutathione is low and I can't get rid of toxins from food. Is the gut primary problem? Difficult to figure out root causes. All right, great questions. Probably a little high level, but I'm going to make sure that we really break this down. So it's unlikely that high oxalates are causing low glutathione. Think of oxalates as more of a sensitivity from foods, but not just from foods. It can be from vitamin C and other nutrient breakdown. But that's not really a major stressor on glutathione. It is a sensitivity within the body. It's a sensitivity for the immune system. And it's certainly a sensitivity potentially even for like the kidneys. But I would not say for glutathione production. Okay, so let's look at them as separate issues. High oxalates, and you're talking about metallic taste in your mouth, tingling in the arms and legs. Again, I don't know because I haven't seen your labs. I definitely recommend running the Big 5. At the very least, I recommend the starter kit because you could have low B vitamins. You could have blood sugar dysregularities. You could have heavy metals. You could have mineral imbalances. And that would explain, too, a lot of the allergies, asthma, fibromyalgia that you have. So I definitely recommend running the Big 5 at Equal Life. Remember, if you don't run the Big 5 at Equal Life, then you're not able to get the consultation. So like that's the big thing. The consultation's included. We have a lot of people who try to piece them together and run them everywhere, but then they don't have a consultation. They don't know what to do with any of them. Do it right, do it once, you'll be able to figure it out. So if the Big 5 are not in the budget, I get it, run the starter kit, that's what I recommend. Look for candida, look for heavy metals for sure. Then again, make sure your blood sugar and B vitamins are in balance. All right, in terms of glutathione, there is most likely something depleting you of glutathione or just lower precursors, right? Not enough zinc, not enough vitamin C, not enough selenium. I mean, those are all precursors as well, and you need magnesium and you need your B vitamins too. So it could potentially be a shortage of, like maybe your gut's not working well, that really is the root cause, and then you can't absorb enough of these nutrients to then be able to make enough glutathione, or you've been chronically like, let's say, low-grade sick, and it's been depleting your glutathione over time. So we know how the body makes glutathione. That's the nice thing. And so, again, I can't tell you to make more or less. I can only tell you to give your body the raw material. So doing something like a 7, 14, 21-day functional medicine detox, of course, that we have over at Equalife, being able to use a little bit of N-acetylcysteine. All of those things are helpful. But again, if you're low on glutathione, it's not necessarily a bad thing if your body doesn't need to make more glutathione. It's only a bad thing if you need to make it and you're not making it. So hopefully that was helpful. All right. Got a little bit more work to do, Shelly, but you'll get there for sure. Trina's up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. First, I just wanted to say thank you for going above and beyond with your team to help our community. It's very much appreciated. Thank you, Trina. I appreciate that, and I'm sure my team does as well. My question is about cultivated food, mainly meat from the stem cells of animals. I was wondering what you thought about its potential safety, health benefits, and whether you agree with those in the industry that it could be a way of providing sustainable food as well as helping the environment. Thanks, Trina. All right. I am very skeptical. I've got that skeptical eye right now about all fake meat. All fake meat made in a lab. Very skeptical. Very skeptical. Humans, I don't know, were ever meant to digest. I know they weren't, but maybe we can without there being serious issues. We certainly were never meant to digest lab-based created food, okay? That is a dangerous proposition. I am holding back on recommending any fake meat or anything grown in a lab. I really am. Now, ask me a decade from now, maybe. I could never imagine a scenario where it would be healthier than eating a little bit of wild fish, a little bit of wild game, a little bit of pastured chicken, pastured meat, pastured eggs. I think what we need to do as a society and world is cut way back on our animal-based consumption, eggs, chicken, etc. And then there would be plenty, and we would be able to do it sustainably, and we would be able to have local farmers and all of that. Like, it makes way more sense. Eating meat 3 times a day doesn't make any sense. And eating lab-made food probably makes even less sense. So that's where I'm at, Trina. Thanks for checking in. Cody's up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. Thank you so much for all that you do for us. I look forward to listening to your podcast every day. It is my understanding that you can only absorb 3 supplements at one time. I like to take my supplements with breakfast. I often add in powdered forms of collagen, mushrooms, barley grass, acerola, etc. My question is, are the powders considered food or supplements? I'm not sure if I'm overwhelming my system if I take a couple of powders with 3 supplements pills. My second question is, do you have any experience with ASEA in Renew 28? The people that sell it claim it cures just about everything from seizures to blindness. It all just sounds too good to be true. Thank you again. Cody, thank you for your question. If it sounds too good to be true, it's most likely too good to be true. There's no silver bullet for anything. You know that I think magnesium is pretty much a panacea for many things. Vitamin D, pretty much a panacea for many things. Why? Magnesium helps regulate the autonomic nervous system. It's not a silver bullet, helps with the autonomic nervous system. Vitamin D helps with the immune system and over 300 different processes in the body, just like magnesium. So do I think those 2 are crucial? Sure. Same with B vitamins, but they're not panaceas. The body works as a group of homeostatic systems. No one thing is ever going to cure all of them. It's really not. Like, it's just, that's not going to happen. So whoever's telling you that, be careful. I don't know the products you're talking about. I have no idea. They may work, but certainly not a panacea. Certainly not. Well, I wish, right? I wish we had that, but it's just simply not true. Now, you have another statement that in there just is simply not true. Anyone who told you that you can only take 3 supplements at once to absorb them, I just wouldn't listen to that person again. And I don't mean that to be cruel, but whoever gave you that information is categorically and undeniably not educated in the area of nutritional supplements or nutrition. And I just want to share with you why very, very simply. Let's say I eat one of my favorite lunches, which is just hemp hearts, broccoli, maybe there's a little cauliflower in there, some carrots, a little bit of squash, put hemp hearts, olive oil. How many nutrients am I getting there? Well, I'm getting all of my different vitamins, all of my different minerals. I'm getting omegas, 3, 6, and 9 from my hemp hearts. I'm getting fatty acids. I'm getting a complete set of over a dozen amino acids. Now, my body can absorb all of those, right? Yes, it can. And you're telling me that in supplements, it can only absorb 3? So I can get them from food, but I can't get them from supplements. And if you say, well, no, it's because it's food, well, I would say is most of the supplements we take are with food, and it increases absorption. So I would say whoever told you that, unless it was misconstrued in some way and someone was quoting them, I would be very careful with that advice. That is absolutely not true, not proven in any way. And there are multiple studies showing, like I just talked about this past week on different Ayurvedic herbs being used in conjunction. So I talked about this on episode 1810 with the protocol using licorice root and zinc and vitamin C and vitamin D. So there's that. Then multivitamins have proven to work, which is over 15 to 20 different nutrients. So I don't even want to go on and on. Please continue to take your good forms of supplements. And just be careful. I don't know what sources you're getting your information from. Be very careful who you listen to. Remember, anyone's allowed to say anything on the internet today. It doesn't mean that it's based in any fact whatsoever. And oftentimes there's an agenda. There really is, like, don't eat this because it always comes from that. Well, not true, right? Like, just be careful. A lot of people have an agenda. I can tell you for sure, I have no agenda, like, at all. I'm just here to share the truth of what I know works in private practice, in the real world, and in research from an integrative perspective. Ayurvedic, traditional Chinese medicine, bioregulatory medicine, orthomolecular medicine. I could go on and on, but that's what we do. So good question, though, Corey. Thank you for writing in. Appreciate that, because that can help a lot of other people as well. Nicole's up. Hi, Dr. Cabral. In the future, I may be mandated to take the new vaccine at work. What can I do before and after to keep me safe? So again, this gets into medical advice. I can't give medical advice. What I would personally do myself is I would simply use the daily foundational protocol level 2 or level 3, as I've talked about before, and I would do the immunity protocol for sure. Anything on top of that is obviously optional. I talked about many of the things on episode 1810. I would also be doing detox-based items as well. For example, I would at least do a 7-day functional medicine detox. This is me. I'm not giving you medical advice. This is what I would do personally. And I would be using infrared sauna or sauna at the very least if there's any metals. So that's what I would do personally, but again, not medical advice. Sarah's up. Sarah says, hi, Dr. Cabral. I'm a big fan and I can't stop recommending your podcast to everyone. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate that. My friend is really suffering with eye inflammation and is currently on a 6-week course of steroid-type eye drops. Are there any natural remedies that could help reduce eye inflammation? She is very worried and feels vulnerable when she has issues with her sight, which seems to be quite often. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year. All right, Happy New Year to you as well. Anything to do with eyesight, I would look at inflammation, what's causing the inflammation, because the small capillaries in the eyes get damaged very easily. Okay, so look at food sensitivities, look at gut permeability, look at anything that causes inflammation. Really important, okay? So that's one. Number 2. Look at omega-3s. If she's not using daily foundational protocol level 2 or level 3, hop on daily foundational protocol level 2 or level 3 at Equalife. Everybody spends $5 a day on something like coffee and muffins and pastries and gum and whatever. You can spend the same amount of money and get all the supplements you need for a day, honestly. You get all your omegas, which you need for your eyes, right? You need that EPA, DHA. You get your 22 organic fruits and veggies. You get all your multi, your vitamins, all that good stuff, probiotic. Okay, so we have that. But then, specific for the eyes beyond the omega-3s would be a zeaxanthin and an astaxanthin, all right? So actually, it would be zeaxanthin and lutein. Astaxanthin is phenomenal as well, but lutein and zeaxanthin would be the items that you are looking for. Let's see, anything else? That's what I would do. Yeah, that's what I would do. Look for the root cause, though, of that inflammation. All right, Joe's up next. Joe says, hello, Dr. Cabral. I've been a huge fan of you since finding your podcast a year ago. You've been a lifesaver in my household. I was curious if you've read the recent studies showing that LED light damages the retina. I know that past studies showed that LED light disrupts sleep and circadian rhythm, but my wife has macular degeneration, and we are worried with these new findings because we live in California and our state has forced out incandescent bulbs completely. Companies out of state are also not allowed to ship these bulbs to California anymore. I'm sure I can find a way to get bulbs if I visit another state, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this new research if perhaps you decide to review it on one of your Friday review episodes. Thank you for everything you do. We are grateful for you, Joe. Joe, I'm grateful for you. Thank you for tuning in. Without you, there would be no podcast, that's for sure. And this is something that I, of course, love to do every single day. So I do believe it. I do believe that. I have not read that research, but again, I'll give you a little anecdotal research. I began using LED lights for my filming when I do this podcast so that, well, LED lights and lights in general make you look a little bit more vibrant, and that doesn't hurt. So I'm all for it. I don't use anything fancy, but 2 LED lights. Used to use a ring light, which is also LED. But if you remember this, actually, when I first started video, I started wearing blue blockers in the videos, and I was like, well, my eyes are not feeling good. They're not good. And I said, something's wrong. It has to be from these lights. Well, I believe I was feeling that retinal-based damage. I really do. I think we have to be very careful with these lights. So I agree with that. I'm going to look into the research that you spoke about, but here's what I found, and I think this will be helpful for you. Buy LED lights where you can set the warmth or the coolness of the lights. I've found that if I keep the lights at a 3800 or below, they're more reddish orange. That does not hurt my retinas, does not hurt my eyes to that same degree. It makes the skin look a little warmer, I guess, a little bit more, well, a little less washed out, I guess. And the brighter the LED, the more white it is, I think the more damaging it could be. That's just anecdotal right now, but I can tell you for sure, I can use these lights now with no issues with my eyes, where before it did not feel good. So I believe you, Joe, and I think getting more of the orangey base bulbs, the orangey tint, could help you if you need to use LEDs. All right, we'll talk more about that in the future, though, for sure. We've got one more question today, and that is from our friend Mo. Mo's writing in, hi, Dr. Cabral, happy holidays and happy new year, assuming you get this in January, which I did. I'm actually getting this beginning of February, right? Today is 1828. If anybody's following along with the question, StephenCabral.com/1828. Mo wrote in on December 20th. It is now February 6th. So we are about 6 weeks behind, which is typical for the show, for the weekends. So Mo says, I was wondering if you had heard of the niacin flush sauna protocol. I found some research on it where it was a 30-day sauna protocol with niacin, and the dose would increase from 500 milligrams to 5,000 milligrams by the 30th day. I started it a few days ago, and literally after the first session, I noticed a red bump on my arm pop out, and I think it's just the toxins being pushed out. Another thing I wanted to see is if you had any insight on would-be dandruff from this protocol. I noticed the day after my scalp got really itchy and dry, and it's getting worse and worse. I put sesame oil on it for now, but I wanted to see if these were related. Looking forward to your insight. Thank you again, as always. Wishing you and your family the happiest and healthiest, safest holiday season and new year to come. 2020 has been an amazing year, and you were a big part of it for me and my family. Regards, Mo. Mo, thank you so much. Always great to hear from you. So I have actually already talked about the niacin flush protocol. StephenCabral.com/podcast. Let's all head over at the same time. We'll do this in real time, and we're going to find it. So we're going to go to that search box, and we're simply just going to type in niacin. If I can't refine it from there, I'll type in niacin flush. All right, niacin was talked about on 1052, 1038. Let's see what else. 812. That was on niacin itself. And then on 204. Let's type in niacin flush now. Let's see if we can get an exact podcast for you. All right. It looks like it was on episode 204. Well, that's a long time ago. So why don't we do it again? Let's talk about niacin flush. Okay. So what a niacin flush is, I know that I've talked about this before, but niacin is vitamin B3. B3 is a phenomenal vitamin for you, mitochondrial health, anti-aging, helps with NAD production, it flows down to NAD. Yeah, it's fantastic. Here's the thing. Niacin flush is being used to essentially enhance circulation, improve blood flow to the surface, help with detoxification. When you do it in a sauna, the increased blood flow to the surface of the skin may help more with detoxification, especially when done in that infrared sauna or any sauna, really. 500 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams, 1,500 milligrams. Yeah, I've heard of all that. 5,000 milligrams is a lot. I certainly certainly wouldn't be using that for a long dosage protocol. I don't have any issue with people doing this. If you have histamine issues, it will exacerbate your histamine issues. However, it is said that if you stick with it, it actually decreases histamines because of its histamine degradation in the long run. I don't know if that's true, but it is stated. I have no problem with people doing a niacin flush. Do understand that niacin flushes are very painful and uncomfortable in the beginning. No pain is typically caused to you, but it feels that way because your skin's on fire. That's what it feels like. I've done them multiple times because I believe in self-experimentation for myself. That doesn't mean it's right for you. Would I do it every day for 30 days? That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot on your body as well. But again, everyone's entitled to do what they feel is right for their body. Could the red bump be from toxins being expressed and pushed out? Possibly. That's possible. What about the dandruff connection? Well, dandruff could be because you are sweating through your scalp. That's pushing out salt as well. Salt can create sodium being excreted can create itchiness for sure. There's no doubt about that. But dandruff, well, it could be that you are becoming dehydrated as well. The scalp on your skin and your scalp is becoming dehydrated, and that dry skin is then leading to dandruff. That's a certain possibility as well. It could also be that your body's excreting certain toxins, metals, heavy metals, and that's on the skin and the scalp, and that's creating some dry skin as well. I would lean more towards the sweating and the sweating and the sweating, creating more of the dandruff and the dry skin and the dehydration. Make sure you are hydrating. Make sure you're hydrating with a little bit of lime and sea salt if you need to in order to get your electrolytes, and just make sure on your scalp you're putting some type of moisturizing oil, whether it be jojoba, olive or argan oil, sesame oil, coconut oil as well. So Mo, that is a good place, I think, at least to start. Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you everyone for writing in. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow answering more of our community's questions. Take care. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much for tuning into the Cabral Concept today, and I'm glad you made it to the end of the show because I have a big announcement. Over at EqualLife, we are formulating and have formulated a brand new line of products. These are products going to be underneath the Zeldaberry name. That is a trademarked product line of ours, and that is because we are taking scientifically proven zinc along with elderberry, fusing them together for a brand new product, clinically proven to help that immune system. So right now, we would love for you to be able to check out those products. And because this is a field that I love so much, and I only formulate products that I know are going to be helpful for people, that we are giving our brand new products away. So we're starting with the Zeldaberry lozenges. So right now, all orders over $129 get this product completely free. This is a $30 product, and that is because you're getting a full day's worth of zinc. Now, this is a 25 milligram zinc lozenge with, though, the clinically proven elderberry added to it. So you get a delicious lozenge. You can take it any time of the day. I typically take one a day, and I take it after a meal, whether it be lunch or dinner. And this is also, though, in addition to my daily nutritional support that I take and my balanced zinc, which is part of my immunity protocol. So you might say, why take all of these things? Well, if you add up the daily nutritional support, about 12 grams of zinc, you add up the balanced zinc, that's 15 grams of zinc, that's about, 27 there. I'm getting 25 more to equal 50 milligrams of zinc, and that's what I'm doing during this viral-based season. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Now you get a full zinc product along with elderberry, which has been clinically proven to help with certain viruses. So again, that's why I'm so excited about this, because the science backs it up. It's a great new product, and I know it's going to help a lot of people. So the truth is, whenever possible, I try to give it away for free. I try to get you these products if I can. We gave away a free bottle of vitamin D just a couple weeks ago, and right now you are getting this product completely free, $30 value on all purchases over $129. Check it out right now at equi.life. That's equi.life. That is our EqualLife brand. Take care, everyone. Let me know how you enjoyed them.